Hey, and welcome to map 25 of the Plutonia experiment. This is the Temple of Darkness. So the opening to this level is pretty spicy. You've got to move quickly because there's a bunch of shotgunners who will gladly turn you into target practice. There is some weapon and ammo choices around, so you're not completely up the paddle if your pistol starts in this one, but you don't want to be exposed too much. So as you can see, the shotgunners tend to walk around the outside of the room here. I'm not a fan of this. I think this is a very weird looking space. This level overall doesn't rub me the right way. I feel like there are problems with this level, and we'll talk about those as we kind of make our way through the level. There is a little sort of cave system here which we can enter. Gives us a bunch of ammo for our chain gun, but also gives us a backpack, which is probably the most useful part. Make sure you hit this switch here because this allows you to enter the next part of the level. We're going to hit that now. So as we make our way into this next little area here, there is blood flow, and no, we're not going to get hurt off it. If you're keeping track of it through Plutonia, no, this one won't hurt us. There's a few bony boys around this corner here. Just want to make sure we clear them out. Grab the rocket launcher. There's also some secret rocket ammo behind this building here. So there are some Hell Knights as well who are going to be taking aim at us. We want to be careful because there is a Baron in the middle. Ow. That was just rude. Rude. So when we take care of this guy, that's pretty much it for this part of the level. We're not going to be coming back here at any point, so make sure you've grabbed everything that you need to. Don't step forward on here, because that will raise the steps, and that Baron at the far end of the room there will teleport behind us. So what I'm doing there, I'm just weakening these Hell Knights here, so I can get them with one shotgun shot. So interestingly, when I was trying to play this on Wolf Doom, the little steps there actually didn't raise up. It actually had a massive problem, and so the level kind of broke, which was interesting. So I'm actually playing this on Crispy Doom. This is quite an intense little encounter. You've got not much space, and if you run out of ammo here, you're pretty messed up, let's be honest. Taking out the Hell Knights there. Going to grab the cell ammo here. So the trigger for this is at the back of the teleporter there, but we can't actually do anything about that until we come behind it. So when you run into here, again, another spicy area of the level, a load of enemies in front and behind you. We want to get rid of these arachnotrons as quickly as possible. So there's a bunch of shotgunners at the top of that lift there. Don't take your eyes off them for too long. Blast that bony boy in the face. Just going to clean up the enemies in this area. Make sure you get rid of those zombie men, because later on that's going to be filled with chain gunners. Load of shotgun ammo here. There is a blue armor here, which is going to be very useful. We can also pick up a megasphere at this point, but I really don't want to do that right now. I want to save that for the back end of the level. So this space is very interesting. You have to go down and just sort of descend into that sort of pit there. But there's a bunch of enemies, including some cacodemons who've not yet been woken up. And these pain elementals who will gladly fill this area with lost souls if you give them the chance, which apparently is what I'm doing here. So this space, like I said, it's quite interesting because when we start heading down, the whole sort of platform is raised up, so we can't just walk out of that lava pit if we drop down into it. We're going to have to be very careful not to drop down into that. I want to get rid of these lost souls just because not getting rid of these will only cause me problems. There's a lot of these guys. You really don't want this many lost souls in this area. Take care of you. So there is a med pack back here, which I'm going to grab. Yeah, so there's a cacodemon there. I think there's another one flying around somewhere. Yeah, it's down beneath us, so I can't get that right now. I'm just going to have to try and bait it out. There's a bunch of imps here who block this doorway. The little sort of opening to the right-hand side there, that's a teleporter. That's the only way to get out of the lava if you fall into it, so don't fall into the lava. So there's that cacodemon that was shooting us earlier. So yeah, it's interesting that there's a little boat here. Like, Plutonia doesn't normally indulge in sort of real-world objects like that, so kind of interesting to see a little boat there with the yellow key on it. In this next part of the level, we've got to deal with all these imps. There's a bunch of chain gunners at the back of this room as well, and they won't be afraid to take shots at me. I've not got much health here, so I don't want to be tempting fate too much here. So I'm going to get rid of the bony boys here. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So there should be a few around here. There are. Excellent. So we're going to pick up those rockets there. Going to grab the blue key, and then we're going to head over here. You can see there's a blood smear on the wall there. That's an indicator of a secret switch. If you hit that switch, it brings down this. It gives you a bunch of ammo. I recommend grabbing it. You'll probably need it for the back end of this level. So at this point, I am going to go and grab this megasphere because we're probably going to need it here. So as soon as you grab this megasphere, these bony boys will be on you. Luckily, there's a rad suit behind them, so just get rid of them. And then you don't have to worry too much about the bony boys or the pain flow down there. So you can see this opens up a little sequence, so it means we can head towards the red key card here. So there's a bunch of chain gunners. I focus on them here because as painful as the mancubus are, the chain gunners are much more annoying. Because they'll wander around that platform and they'll just shoot down at us. You can see that mancubus is shooting into the wall there. There are two shotgunners behind that fake wall there. We're going to get rid of the bony boys here. So I'm just going to check there's no fake walls here with enemies behind them. So when you come back through this teleporter, as I mentioned earlier, there's a bunch of chain gunners sort of who appear from behind there. And that's pretty much it for this level. I'm not a huge fan of this one. This feels like 3 different parts of a level that were sort of mushed together into one level. It definitely doesn't feel like one long cohesive level, and I kind of like it even with like bad levels where there's like an overarching theme. This one doesn't really have that. It kind of has that opening bit with the shotgunners and the Hell Knights. Then it has that room with all the Hell Knights and the Baron at the end. And then it has this weird bit at, you know, the end with all the cacodemons. And for me, it just doesn't do it for me. I feel a bit like, it feels like several bits of different levels that were kind of put together because they had nowhere else to go. I'm not a fan of this one, but let me know if you like the Temple of Darkness. Do you disagree with me? If you do, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one, and thank you so much for watching.